Humanity had always wondered what lay beyond its small corner of the universe. The answer came in the form of the Galactic Arena Trials, a centuries-old competition designed to sort the strongest. Warriors from 100 species, the winners earned a place among the Stellar Confederacy's elite guard. Protectors of peace across the stars. For humanity, this was supposed to be their grand introduction to the cosmic stage. For Maya Chen, it was a clerical mistake. She barely qualified, slipping into the 100th slot only because a Zephyrian warrior below her had broken 3 limbs in a training accident. Ranking 99 out of 100, she held the dubious honor of being the worst functional warrior ever allowed into the trials. Most species didn't even bother learning her name. The towering Cathari, 12 feet tall with serrated mandibles, dismissed her with contemptuous clicks. The crystalline Vorak, refracting ambient light through their geometric bodies, flashed board patterns whenever she walked by. Even the tiny, glowing Zelani, no more than 3 feet tall, eyed her with arrogant superiority. Soft skin will not survive the first trial, rumbled Thok, a scarred Cathari champion. Why do the judges waste time? Maya simply adjusted her standard-issue human combat suit and stayed quiet. She'd learned early that talking back only made things worse. The trials were grueling AI combat simulations, endurance trials on hostile terrain, tactical puzzles requiring instant decisions. Maya consistently placed in the bottom 10, sometimes dipping into the bottom 5 when someone else had an exceptionally bad day, but she kept advancing. Not because she excelled, but because the trials weren't elimination-based. They were comprehensive assessments, meant to test every skill a future guard might need. By the end of the month, only one challenge remained. The final TRAL, the Arena Masters, had captured something legendary, an apex. A creature so terrifying that xenobiologists studied them from orbit. 15 feet tall. Obsidian claws. Hide tough enough to deflect plasma bolts. Known to hunt starships for sport, this one had been captured during a rare dormancy cycle and transported in cryostasis. Now it paced inside a containment enclosure that hummed with unstable energy. Warm Master Kalos, a 4-eyed veteran whose species spread its forearms like wings when speaking, addressed the contestants. "The final trial is simple," he announced. "Enter the enclosure. Survive for 10 minutes. Those who do will join the guard." The toe prank champions went first. Viak the Invincible, a draconian whose scales were said to have never been pierced, lasted 3 minutes before the apex's tail sent him flying into a wall. Sarah of the Void Claws, undefeated in blade combat, endured for minutes before the creature's roar alone knocked her unconscious. One after another, the galaxy's finest fell. The apex was more than strength. It was intelligence. Adapting to every attack, learning patterns within seconds. By the time Maya's turn arrived, 99 warriors had failed. Fear pheromones from a dozen species filled the air. The mother and the farm. Arella, soon as Maya stepped inside, the apex turned toward her a living nightmare of teeth, claws, and ancient predatory instinct. Her knees nearly buckled, but something felt off. The creature's breathing was ragged. Its massive frame trembled faintly. It favored its left side. This wasn't exhaustion from the previous fights. It was sick. Maya's childhood on a farm on New. Terra came rushing back, birthing calves, treating injured horses, nursing wolf pups through winter storms. She knew the signs of an animal in distress. "Easy," she whispered, raising her hands. "Easy, big one." The apex paused. The crowd murmured in confusion. Then Maya spotted them, 2 small shapes, huddled in the shadows of the enclosure cubs. The apex wasn't just fighting for survival. It was defending its young. "Oh," Maya breathed softly. "You're not a monster. You're a mother." Instead of retreating, she moved in a wide, slow arc. Keeping her body angled away from the cubs, her posture non-threatening, the timer began to tick. 10 minutes. 9-8. She started humming. A soft lullaby her grandmother used to sing. The sound echoed strangely in the enclosure, resonating through the apex creature's massive frame. 5 minutes. For the apex's aggressive stance eased. The tension in its muscles slackened. It was exhausted, worn down not by battle, but by constant vigilance over its young. 3 minutes. Maya gently sat down. Something shifted. The apex watched her for a long, still moment, then lowered itself onto its haunches. 2 minutes. 1 cub, the size of a large dog with tiny but deadly claws, crept forward. Its mother issued a soft growl, but didn't stop it. The cub sniffed Maya's hand. She remained perfectly still, heart pounding. The second cub joined. The timer hit 0. For a full breath, the arena was silent. Then shock rippled through the stadium. Not cheers, disbelief. Maya Chen, the weakest warrior in the trials, had achieved what no warrior in galactic history had accomplished. Peaceful contact with an apex. When the containment field deactivated, the cubs clung to her legs, seeking comfort from the soft-skinned creature who smelled of kindness instead of fear. The apex mother watched her with something like approval. After the alien see you later, War Master Kalos found Maya in the contestants' quarters. Still reading about apex biology? What you did today, he said, his translator struggling with the reverent tone in his voice. Should have been impossible. Maya looked up. Sometimes the best way to win a fight is realizing you don't need to fight at all. Kalos blinked all 4 eyes in thoughtful sequence. The apex and her cubs, he said. Our scientists have studied them for centuries. Today, because of you, we learned more than in all previous research combined. He bowed his head. You did not rank first in the trials. Maya Chen, you ranked first in something far more important. The ability to understand that strength is not always about defeating an enemy. Sometimes it is about protecting what they love. The gentlest visiteurs. Maya left the arena complex. She carried not only her acceptance into the Confederate Guard, but something far rarer, the realization that humanity's greatest strength wasn't technology or brute force. It was empathy, the ability to see past the monster and recognize the mother, to look past the threat and notice the soul in pain. The galaxy was about to learn a lesson humanity had always known. Sometimes the gentlest hand wins the greatest victories.